Hello, fellow moviegoers. We're the big freaking dummies.
And you may be asking, BFD, what's that mean? Well, there you go. Now you know.
Now you know.
So today...
I thought it was brothers from Detroit.
That was...
We only do one purpose.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
That's okay. It's okay. We'll keep it in just for you.
Oh.
No.
Okay, you may or you may not have seen this person already. And if you haven't, well, this is Austin Parsons, a dear friend of mine, and friends to these over here.
Yep.
These.
Hailing all the way from North Carolina?
No.
Is it South Carolina?
No.
I thought you were living in...
It's one of the 50 states.
I live here in Alabama.
You lied to me then at some point.
No, I once lived in North Carolina at one point in my life.
He's like, yeah,
You
one
live in
time I
Enterprise
passed.
then?
He was one time I
Yeah,
passed
I live in
through it.
Enterprise.
Okay, that's what I thought. But today, we have something very special. You may say, oh, but Al Pacino's dead. Al Pacino is dead. But we still have
we killed him.
And we killed him, as Nietzsche would put it. But we have a movie review, and what we are doing is we are doing Austin's movie, A New Lease on Christmas. This was filmed... When was this filmed?
It was filmed in September of 2018.
September of 2018, and it just released...
Back in December
of 2021.
Correct.
Because of a few things. One of those primarily being reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
Which, what was the gap between those?
We shot there's 2 rounds of reshoots, but the one I came in for was about 5 months after principal. And then they did some more reshoots just a few months before release.
Yeah, there you go. So it was definitely a wild ride.
Yeah.
But
And
we're here to talk about it today.
I was going to say, we want to talk about that wild ride. We want to talk about your rides.
Anyway, let's talk about this movie. Do we do a recap? Do we do a synopsis? Why don't you tell us what the movie's about? It's your movie.
There's a boy who lives under the stairs, gets a letter that is accepting him to go to Hogwarts. Learns that he's a wizard.
It's not that one. It's in the box set.
Yeah. Oh, no. I wasn't in Harry Potter. I was in this movie. There's this guy. He has to go throw a ring into a volcano.
That's there you go. There you
Wrong
go.
one.
No, it's Return of the King. That's where he throws it in.
Yeah, but it takes us 3
he's got
movies to
you
get
there.
there.
He's got
sorry.
you there.
He played Gollum?
No, I voiced Gollum. The movie, it's called A New Lease on Christmas, and it was about this real estate agent or broker who has been hired by this guy to evict the man of her dreams out of his coffee shop.
We've all been there.
Yeah, and I play a character named George, who is a mall Santa, and he's the love interest of the real estate agent's roommate. So,
And that's what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
And
pretty
basically,
much. I don't want to give anything else away because if you haven't seen it, you should see it.
It is. I will say I enjoyed heavily my viewing of it, and I was watching like a 720p export of it. Like,
well, it was actually a screening version,
right?
Which most people in their life will never see one of those.
That's true.
So
Not
yeah,
even
we got
us.
the hookup.
Yeah.
So last night he was over here. You'll see this later. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's daytime now. The other video is dark. But I had told you that I didn't enjoy what's her face.
Oh, you didn't enjoy the lead?
Yeah, and I think I changed my mind.
Yeah.
And I will also say, I actually liked this the second time around a lot more. I don't know what it was, but for whatever reason, I was like, I'm digging this.
Yeah.
So one thing I noticed that I'm well known in our film circle for anytime I'm put on camera for a serious thing, I can't help but just laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I just get kind of like I'm nervous and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I noticed about this movie is it feels like everybody is suppressing that urge to laugh when the camera starts rolling, and everybody's having just like this weird good, like positive energy,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know exactly how to describe it, but I found that very enduring personally.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very funny because the person who plays, as in with most Hallmark movies, one of the main characters is the real Santa Claus posing as another person. And the guy who played the real Santa, not the mall Santa, obviously, that would be our dear friend here. The guy who played the real Santa, there was just something about like when he delivered lines, he was always like, "Yeah, I got you that Christmas present."
I feel pretty opposing. I feel pretty much the opposite about that Santa.
Oh yeah,
See, I got the same vibe.
he's so
kind
smug.
of, but it's yeah. Great guy. I've met Santa a couple times.
Pretty cool guy. He got me
But
that
see,
bike.
what you're saying, I perceive that as he almost forgot his line every time. There was always this level of like, one of them, it was like, oh, I got you that painting. Like there was a moment where he stuttered because he couldn't remember his line. I don't know if that's true or not.
This is what I'll say about Jerry. Jerry was our Santa. May he rest in peace. It's okay.
It's okay to laugh at, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm sure he would have enjoyed us talking about the movie, but I think this was like his first major movie role, because he was actually a CPA.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And for our audience there, can you say what CPA is?
Yeah, not for us.
Yeah.
Right? No.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah,
BFD, CPA.
yeah. California Patrol and Authorities. It's what they based the movie Chips off of.
Hey, yeah, and Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
It's an accountant. But it's California Highway Patrol. That's why it's called Chips.
Right. But okay, well that's the original one, but then there was a book based in it, and then they based the thing
got
off
me
the
on that one.
book. Yeah.
Claire Coffey, who plays Becky, is telling the story in that coffee shop. That was all shot in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. And does it take place in Chicago?
It takes place in Chicago.
Okay, yeah.
But we shot in Louisiana. So that was parts.
Movie magic.
Yeah. You wouldn't even know.
So those parts in the movie where you see Claire and George's characters are standing outside because they didn't get reservations for a restaurant, where they're like, it was hot. It was like 90 something degrees,
Really?
humid, and we have to wear all these layers of clothes and stuff. So as soon as they call cut, they have to throw it all off so they can breathe.
Right.
And I thought Notorious 3 was rough.
Assuming that'll come out.
Excuse me.
So one thing I noticed when the credits were rolling, that the same person who directed it was also the director of photography.
Yep.
Was that a creative choice made, or was that a keeping the crew minimum? And on that as well, crew size. What are we looking at here?
Well, I mean, I know there's plenty of directors who like to shoot their own stuff. Like, what's his name? Lyman. Doug Lyman. He was the one who shot and directed Swingers.
Right.
And then there's what's that guy's name? Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh yeah.
He does his own stuff too. I'm sure that Lee decided that he wanted to because he directed the third one.
Yeah.
But I think it was a creative choice. I think he has a good eye for detail.
Okay.
Do I think that budgeting had to do with it? I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
As far as crew size, we had a smaller crew, but I mean, it was enough to get the job done.
Right.
So, camera wise, there's maybe 3 or 4 people on camera, and then there's people who hovered around all the different art department positions. So.
Okay. That's
and
pretty
then
cool.
the rest were actors, really.
How are people acting when they're on these sets? Because Jake and I have been on let's say Hollywood set that was filmed here in Alabama.
On Sweetwater Road.
Yeah, we're on Sweetwater
Check it
Road.
out, July 30th. I think this is coming out after that. Right around there.
Or
if
somewhere in
it
there.
has not come to the premiere, if it has, figure out where to find it.
You'll see it eventually.
To watch it, yeah.
But yeah, we were on that set. But that to me, and this is on no disrespect to them, but it seemed like just a really large student set in terms of how it was run. So I guess like because this was made for TV, right? This is kind of a network, you could say, set. So like, what's like average day like on there for you? And you're an actor, you're not like a crew member, but I mean you kind of see how things run. So
I mean, typical day is 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't really ask me to do much other than act, so
Right.
that's all I really did in the thing. Whenever I wasn't acting, I was taking pictures for my own albums that I keep.
right.
Yeah, that's. I mean, everybody's kind of just busting their butts trying to put together all the different set pieces, and like I think there's this one girl who's working on set. Her name's Elena, and she decorated pretty much everything. So anytime you see snow,
Mm-hmm.
she did that. She
Okay.
put together the mall scene where I'm doing the whole Santa bit.
Yeah.
And that takes her a minute to put all that together.
Speaking of the Santa bit, what I will say is there's one cutaway. I think it's after the midpoint where you're calling Nikki for help, and there's like it's like 3 seconds, and it's just you like and like kids are just like pulling off your hair and stuff. I think
I was unscripted.
was it really?
No, I'm just kidding.
That'd have been amazing.
Yeah.
Like you're just there, and the supporting artist is just like, let's just play with Santa.
Yeah.
And then it's Lee, right? It was
The director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee is just like, let's get that.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite part in the movie?
Oh gosh.
Because I know yours is me getting,
That or you
Rampage
using the on the ice skating rink you used in the
that was good. Yeah.
that was changed on like while we were filming, because initially, the truth is I'd never ice skated before in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we were doing that scene, so I almost harmed myself whenever I was putting on the skates.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how tight you're supposed to make them.
Oh my.
And so the assistant director tied my skates, and he's like, "If you don't, you're gonna break your ankles." I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But now initially in the script, I was supposed to fall flat on my face, and I was like, "That's gonna be an easy sell because I probably will." And then to get me comfortable with being on ice, because I never ice skated before, they gave me that walker, and it just looks so goofy that we kept that.
I love
instead.
Well, it looks
that.
like
That was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my favorite part of the movie is the very end when the real Santa explains what's going on, and it feels like the end of a Nolan movie where it's like you got this whole mystery
Needs a little push
thing. Yeah.
thing.
All I need is a little push. Like that to me, I laughed so hard at that because I was like, all of a sudden this turned into like this weird like Nolan film where it's like, oh, this mystery cloud has been set up, and oh, this all makes sense, and you see him interacting with everybody like weeks before the story starts, setting up all of these like pins to fall down. I thought that was genuinely hilarious.
yeah, it's actually a high.
I love that scene, if I'm being honest
Yeah.
with you. And I didn't even think about it as something funny. I just really, I love Jerry's performance in that scene.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It
Everything's
sells it.
playing backwards in the background while
Yeah.
him and whoever Jake is talking, and everything's just going backwards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I also like the bit where the girl of the love interest guy who owns the coffee shop, she's mad because she's waiting for her dog to come back because her dog is missing, and it's just another thing in her life that's not going great. And she puts food and water out for the dog every day. And she was mad because her dad didn't put any food out for the dog. And my first thought was, who the is eating the food? Because it's dog food. And
Santa.
Yeah, it's like putting treats out for. I thought that was hilarious. She's like, "You didn't put the food out," and I was like, "Who's been eating it?" I was like, "Where has it gone? Why are you putting the food out every single day?"
That's a good question. I never even thought about that until now.
It's such a random.
I absolutely think it is Santa.
I
Because he hangs around everywhere they are.
Yeah.
And he just wants to make people happy.
well, because
So
he does seem homeless.
He's eating dog food.
So
He's just loitering everywhere.
No.
God. You know the one thing that I wish was not as funny, like as received as funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's a line I say is, "Where's the barbecue chips?"
Yeah.
where's the barbecue chips?
Right? I didn't even think it was like that super funny moment. It was written. It was totally scripted. You know.
Yeah.
And now everybody addresses me with that. Like Matthew McConaughey gets all right.
Yeah.
I get, where's barbecue chips?
All right,
I think
all
it's
right,
just
all
the
right.
way it's
Well,
edited into the
See,
scene.
and see, here's
Yeah.
the thing. They are like arguing. They're having a fight,
And then you just
come
get-
in.
They're not
dressed
arguing.
Well,
they're
intensely talking. It is not a.
no
it's
one's
not a
arguing.
casual-
What
it's
they're
not a
talking
casual
about
conversation.
is she discovers Jake. She believes Jake is married,
Mm-hmm.
and so he, they're talking about how he's not. How did he get remarried? It's been only such and such. What? He's not remarried? Oh, yada yada, whatever. And I'm just rifling through everything
Yeah.
because I'm so focused.
And
I'm finding barbecue chips. And here's the thing. I don't like barbecue chips at all. So that's what I got for Christmas from people was bags of barbecue chips. I also have a shirt that says, "Where's the barbecue chips?" that my grandmother had made for me.
Man, now I bet you wish you had asked for like, "Hey, where's the money at?" So
No,
everybody
man.
could have clowned on you with that. Yeah.
That would've
oh
been
no!
awesome.
Oh, no.
Dang it! I need money. Ah.
If I had said salt and vinegar chips, I probably would have been okay.
Yeah.
I love salt and
I'm the
vinegar.
exact opposite. I love barbecue. I hate
And that's
I
why
will
you're
give you
breasting.
every barbecue chip bag I get from now on.
I love it.
Cool.
Okay, McDonald's.
I think one of my favorite lines I deliver is in that whole my big scene.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
monologue.
Right. So I really like the one line where I say, sure, you're like a 9 or a 10, and I'm like a solid 7.
Yeah.
And she,
They
the
just
camera
look at
cuts
each
back to her, and they're like,
Like,
what about the therapist?
I don't know.
The shrink, I mean.
well, he wasn't that mad,
What?
but he was therapist.
Oh.
Don't clap that. Man. Oh, man. I can taste it.
Me too. Well, we are running out of time here.
Yeah.
What are you have any closing remarks for this film?
I mean, I honestly think you can just continue all the characters. I mean, I think there's still room for the roommate to develop. I think there's still room for you to develop to get a love interest that's worth you.
Are you saying that my character's love interest is not worth the love that George can provide?
I think what I'm saying is I think you're too good for her.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I think.
Interesting. Okay.
I think your character lets himself get a little friend zone there. But I mean, who hasn't been there? Who hasn't been there? Come on, not Chris because he got
Chris has
married at
not been
13.
there.
As the movie says, I'm not in the boyfriend zone or in the friend zone.
Yeah, you're right. You're in the zone, the auto zone. Yeah.
What we could do potentially is, yes, Santa comes back and we have all these problems, and Santa becomes the pseudo bad guy in everybody's eyes because he made all these things happen, and now they're not working out, and so people are like, "You are wrong, Santa." Why would
Well,
you do
here's the
that?"
thing.
no.
So
I
the
think
guy
that's
who plays
interesting.
Santa is gone now.
Yeah.
He passed
That's
away.
true. Yeah.
So if I were to suggest any character recasting, instead of sending Santa Claus, they should send Mrs. Claus.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, they could
okay.
do that. Or we could just Princess Leia him. Just use unedited footage.
If there's anything left on the cutting room floor,
Yeah.
sure, I guess.
Or you could just use the same footage, but you just re-put it into like a different scene. Like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of a good line that he has where he's like, "Hey, can I get a cup of coffee?" But he's like, now he's at like somewhere else that's slightly different, or he's at the same place and it's clearly the same shot, but now it's in the second movie. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're getting off here. Is there? Wait, you guys aren't. Jake, is there anything else you want to add?
This is definitely a fun movie. Definitely worth checking out. It is a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lower budget production, so keep that in mind.
It's Hallmarky.
It is Hallmarky. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of great moments in there that I think really shine through.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's got an important message, and it has Austin in it, which means it's automatically amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, Austin, is there anything else you want to add, and where can we find you? Where can we see anything else you've done?
Sure. So there's Salvage Marines. They'll be out on Crackle Plus.
Free to sign up.
Shot
Shot with the Ronnie Gico himself.
Johnny Rico from Starship Troopers. That would be Casper Van Dien. He's the star of the show. Armin DeSante's in it too.
Okay.
And Peter Shinkoda, who's in shows like Falling Skies and Daredevil.
Okay.
I also have another movie coming out in October.
Okay.
It's called 97 Minutes.
Oh yes, I forgot about that one.
Alec Baldwin's in it. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers is in it.
Okay.
Miana Brewing and Joe Martin. Miana's in The Witcher.
Okay.
Oh.
Does she play Geralt?
It's Geralt.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said. Play
Yeah.
it back.
Okay.
Oh.
Does she play Geralt? I guess, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at official Austin Parsons. Same with Facebook at official Austin Parsons. I have a Twitter. It's at Mr. Austin Parsons, but I hardly use it. So just stick with Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
We have to rate this movie. One last thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to rate it on a scale of which character is Jake most attracted to. That's
What
our,
do you-
that's our new thing.
I know what the answer is, obviously.
Well, I would hope so.
Chris, who do you think it was?
I would say Jake's Austin's character.
Okay.
Attracted to my character?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's
I
a good
appreciate
one.
that.
I definitely think it's Jake's.
My what?
Jake is attracted to himself.
Yeah. No. I genuinely think that you are the physically attracted to the romantic lead in the form of Jake, the coffee
Okay.
shop owner.
Okay, I get
Yeah.
that.
All right. Who do you think?
The dog.
Yeah.
Maisie.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him going human style on that.
I think she's over 18.
Okay. I get scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, this is so cringy.
It's,
Ah,
I like this movie 4 dogs out of 5.
yeah, that's pretty good. 4 dogs out of 5.
yeah, I'd give it 3.5 to 4. Yeah, it just depends on my mood when I'm watching.
3.5 to 4 what?
Dogs.
Okay.
I would say 4 out of 5
For what?
for the movie.
No, for what?
Huh?
For what?
Dogs.
I'm gonna go with 10 Ice Walker. Ice Rink Walker out of 10.
Zambinos.
Zambinos.
All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate you sticking around for
Like,
this
comment,
conversation.
subscribe.
Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share
Cheers.
this with your friends. Anybody interested in the filmmaking industry, go follow Austin.
Oh, I want to give a quick shout out before we walk away.
Yeah.
I want to thank Jamie Thompson, our producer, who hooked us up with this Christmas movie. He also hooked me up with Salvage Marines and 97 Minutes, if I'm being honest. great dude. He deserves more credit. And I also want to thank Paul Wilson, who plays Robert in the movie. That dude is the best.
Okay.
His brother's actually Patrick Wilson. I don't know if I told you that.
That'll wrap it up for us. I guess, as we do with every video, we will end it with our usual outro.